6 of them. Almost all of them are at one was either split or they were predominantly like Oakland fans, Colts fans, 49er fans. So it was I was happy to see that the team's going in the right direction. But watching that game, Texans are a better team. The right team won. So
yeah. So what happens to Mariota?
Oh, Mariota's gone. I mean, Ryan Tannehill, even though he had like that bad pick that like kind of turned the game, he's proven to be like a much better quarterback. So he'll get signed to either he'll get franchised or he'll get like a 3 to 4 year deal, which he's earned. And Mariota, he'll start riding the rails as a journeyman backup, and hopefully just find some place. Again, I don't think he's.
Wait, 4 more years.
Oh no. For Tannehill, yes. For Mariota, 4 more years of the XFL, maybe. I mean,
Vince McMahon will see that and say, "We need that over there."
See, I think he should go to San Francisco. You would have Garoppolo, Mariota. It's the all Italian team.
A lot of pasta being served there.
You know.
Well, I mean, again, I think he could be. I think his career can be resuscitated. I just think he needs to step back and be like a backup for now. Deshaun Watson. I mean, he had 2 bad picks in the red zone, but I mean, he kind of took over. DeAndre Hopkins took over. They didn't have anyone who could stop him. Just like on the opposite side, the main sticking points were A.J. Brown's a full grown ass man. And like you didn't have anyone to cover him. And you look at what DK Metcalf has done this year and what A.J. Brown did this year, that they were 2 wide receivers for Ole Miss last year. Mm-hmm. How the hell was Ole Miss bad last year?
Didn't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have somebody who can sling the pill, you can run all the nice routes you want to.
We had that game in Kansas City in the snow. That looked nice. That was fun to see that.
Yeah. I'm just glad I think he's had some injuries. Obviously, he's had a lot of injuries with his knee and with his ankle. And obviously, last week his hand was it swole, and they talked about possibly shutting him down this week before the Sunday game because of how it was swollen. I'm just glad that it looks like Patrick Mahomes is kind of getting back in the groove of things. And underratedly, Steve Spagnuolo's defense these last 6 to 7 weeks has really kind of ramped up. So like going into the postseason, they are starting to build momentum, and they might not get the bye, but they're definitely the only team I really think the Baltimore Ravens have to worry about on the way to the Super Bowl.
So should the Ravens bench?
Yeah, dry dock Lamar.
What do you think?
Well, I still think I could be wrong. They still have to win. They still have to win
to
against
get home field.
Yeah, to get home field.
1 seed.
See, I think he's a football player. You got to let him play. When you start hiding him you saying injury, it just doesn't work. He's so competitive, and they're protecting him pretty well. I mean, he's taken more shots in recent games. I mean, they are going for his legs now.
Do you think there's bounties and people going for his legs?
I guarantee quietly somebody would make $50,000 if they could put him out. But,
the good thing for them is they have Cleveland next, and from the way Cleveland played against Arizona, I think Lamar can boat race them in the first half and sit out. Yeah,
right.
The last third.
No, you gotta allow him to continue to play and stay in tune. But Baker Mayfield, Baker, go ahead. Those stadium commercials where nobody's there and he's sweeping up. That's where we're at.
Is that what it's going to look like next year in Cleveland in that stadium?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Anybody there?
Anybody or empty cups rolling, and stuff.
Popping them like you used to do as a kid.
Well, the scary thing for them is I don't know if you saw there was outbursts by Jarvis Landry to their head coach, and obviously Odell has maybe backed off, but he kind of talked about it. He wants out, and obviously Baker hasn't played well, so it's just like they have to get rid of Freddie Kitchens. I guess they just gave him the vote of confidence fairly recently, but they have to get rid of Freddie Kitchens.
That's like coach number 29 and 20 years or some crazy thing for Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you take a guy who was a running back coach, I believe, a year ago. He was an OC. He coaches fairly well against a lot of mediocre opponents if you go back and look at who they beat in that back end. Mm-hmm. And then they promote him to head coach when, again, he was a running backs coach. So
yeah. I'd like to introduce a new segment. It's called, are you ready? Sports Moments of Yesteryear. Hey, I ran across the Sports Illustrated from November 12th, 1956. Mm-hmm. Ron Kramer is on the cover, and they have a little thing called Hot Box. We might incorporate this where they ask a question.
Hot Box.
Hot Box.
Hot Box.
And the question was, which do you like better, football or baseball? And they ask women. And Mrs. Peter Lawford, who is a Kennedy sister.
Yeah, right.
She chose football because I know more about the game. My brothers Joe, Teddy, Robert, and Senator John Kennedy all played some football with Harvard. Good reasons why Harvard didn't win many games, but watching them play and listening to their postmortems made me a rabid football fan. And I like this one right here. Mrs. Nan Garcia. Of White Plains, New York.
They're always from White Plains, New York.
She loves football. You don't have to know a lot of the rules to enjoy the game. One look and you know what the players are trying to do, maim each other over a little football. My father, Antonio, violently disagrees with me. He loves baseball and knows every record back to 1902. Now, we talk about real men, okay?
We do?
Yeah, real men.
I didn't know we did. I thought we were just goofing around on this thing.
Now, this is November 1956, Sports Illustrated. One of the
1956.
sections is called Around the Country. One of the things, headline, Emergency Repairs. Quarterback Earl Norwood of Oakland JC was forced to miss action in the third quarter against San Mateo JC Saturday because he broke his wooden leg. By the time
JC is junior college, just for the record.
By the time he got a spare leg fitted, San Mateo led by 13-zip. Norwood returned to action in time to guide Oakland to 2 touchdowns and a satisfying 14-13.
He didn't have a leg to stand on. Just a splinter.
I love that. A man with a wooden leg is playing quarterback.
He had a wooden leg.
And breaks his wooden leg.
You only get that on Sports and Other Stuff from the Sport Weasels.
Yeah. So
that definitely falls in the other stuff category.
Yeah, that's the other stuff.
So,
anyway. On the march.
That is Sports of Yesteryear.
Well, thank you there, Jimmy.
So, do we want to make any wild ass?
Oh, wait, I would start again.
Wild ass prediction.
Yeah, it's that time to make that prediction. Take it away.
Go ahead. You're the winner.
You're on fire, baby.
Okay. I will go because the big matchup that everyone's clamoring for in the NFL next week: Eagles versus Cowboys. Someone has to win this division. This is it.
That's true. With a 7-9 record.
It's in Philly, but I'm going with the Cowboys. I think they've found their formula. I think they just. I think Jerry Jones put an edict to him. Was like, all right, I know Prescott's going to get money, but let's just pound the hell out of the ball. We have 2 running backs. Let's just pound them and just knock them away. Philly has no wide receivers. It's Greg Ward who is on the practice squad. And then it's a few tight ends. They should win this game. If Cowboys do not win this game, they need to fire Garrett right after the game.
Well,
on national TV.
I got to say, the most uncomfortable exchange I've seen was between Jerry Jones and what's the middle linebacker, Lee. He was
Sean Lee.
Yeah, he was patting him, and you could tell Sean Lee was like, "What's this guy doing?" I never saw him before in my life. But he was having to make nice with the guy with the bad toupee, and I'm sure he turned and said,
"That's Jerry's hair. Come on, man.
Who the hell was that?" But anyhow,
yes,
my wild ass prediction: Lamar MVP, maybe. would be wild ass.
That's
like the baby
I think that's a maybe sure bet. I don't know.
I think with what he's done, he's shattered the rushing record. He leads the league in passing touchdowns. You're like, he might.
Yeah.
What does he have to do?
I want him. He's got to jump.
Oh, gosh.
Before I can give him MVP, he has to jump
show
another
went off the
linebacker,
tracks.
right? Like he did the kid in Syracuse.
Have his moment, his Heisman moment.
I want to see him fly. Come on.
Fly like a bird.
Is that asking too much?
Fly, Robin, fly. My wild ass prediction is the Raiders will stay in Oakland. It's going to happen. There's no stadium. I think it's all mirrors.
Okay. Well,
I like that. I like the conspiracy wild ass prediction. That's we
Wayne
need more
Newton
of those.
Stadium isn't going to be built.
somebody's going to burn it down. Yeah.
It's like, let me explain. The lizard people, they backed out. They went back to their home planet. So the stadium that was quasi their spaceship is now
Flash
gone.
Gordon, episode 3.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I think that's it. I've got to take a bathroom break anyway, so.
All right, well, we have a new sponsor for sports and other stuff. Henry Lawrence Clothier, where the models buy their clothes. There's 23 area locations, including Scottsdale Shopping Center. Just stop in and...
Ask for fish.
That's right. Okay, gentlemen. So, why is Santa afraid of chimneys?
I don't know.
Because he's claustrophobic. That's our show. We'll see you next time on Sports and Other Stuff. So long for now.